Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us this fine Brooklyn morning for a special edition of MTA committee meetings. I'm Sammy Chu. I'm here to chair this morning's Bridge and Tunnels Committee meeting. I would like to convene the September 2025 Bridges and Tunnels Committee meeting. Are there any public speakers?
Yes, good morning and welcome to the MTA's board meeting public comment session. We have 3 members of the public registered to speak today. As a reminder, we ask that all public speakers adhere to the MTA's rules of conduct and decorum. I would also like to remind our public speakers that in the interest of time and fairness to all speakers, we limit everyone to 2 minutes. Please be aware that there will be a warning beep to remind you that you have 30 seconds to conclude your remarks. Our first speaker is Murray Bowden, followed by Christopher Greif.
Rather strange day today. There's a lot going on. With autonomous driving and computing, and computers need to know that the line on the left is yellow and the line on the right is white. The junction where the auxiliary lane goes off is white on the neutral area is white on both sides, and that has to change. It can be changed legally. It saves computing power, and when autonomous vehicles are driving around, it needs to be done quickly. The old rules have changed. Cars drive themselves, and the less they have to compute, the safer it is. This is all about safety. I can't do it anymore. It's your responsibility to enforce the law. The world has changed. I have sometimes make mistakes in what I say and how I say it because I'm one of those people who knows they have dementia. Knowing it lets me compensate for the fact that I have to be aware of everything I do. It's your responsibility to enforce the law and to enforce what's safe for people. What we used to do doesn't work anymore. You all know what's going on in Washington and in the rest of the world. I thank everybody for the help they've given me over the years. My time to go on, and it's your time to take responsibility.
Thank you for your remarks. Our next speaker will be Christopher D. Greif, followed by our final speaker, Maddie Bucky's Highland.
Good morning. I'm Christopher D. Greif. Want to congratulate the officers on a really honor to save a woman who was in labor. I wanted to thank you because what we see in our communities, a lot of officers, and I've seen this a lot, help even with when a woman is going in labor, asthma attack, any injuries, or maybe having a claustrophobia attack. We always feel safe when our officers are there. I want to thank you so much. The reason I'm speaking today because I wanted to thank the officers for a fantastic job. Thank you, and I clap for that.
Thank you for your remarks. Our final speaker will be Maddie Bucky's Highland over Zoom.
And thank you very much, Danny. And good morning, everybody. My name is Maddie Bucky's Highland, and I do want to applaud the officers as well. But the main topic why I came to speak today was the toll increases that will be adopted later. As you know, I do oppose any increases. I do support this fare and toll increase as is necessary to fund the MTA, as we do with a small and predictable increase rather than a large increase over time. This is something that I think every agency should work on, including like in Virginia, where I just recently been to. So I would urge everybody to please vote yes on the toll increases. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair, that concludes our public comment session.
Thank you very much. Now I'm going to ask for a motion to approve the July 2025 committee meetings. Do I have a motion? Motion by Commissioner O'Donnell. Do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Valdivia. All in favor? Aye. So moved. And now I'm going to pass it off to President Sheridan. Are there any changes to the work plan?
Chair Chu, there are no changes to the work plan. I'd like to note that the second quarter diversity report is included in this month's committee materials, and an MTA-wide diversity report will be provided at the Diversity Committee later today.
Well, why don't you go right into your remarks?
Okay, thank you and good morning. I'd like to begin by spotlighting our 100th Joint Agency Enforcement Operation, which was conducted on August 19th at the Robert F. Kennedy Bridge, the site of our inaugural operation, which Governor Hochul launched in March of 2024. I was pleased to stand along with our regional law enforcement partners to highlight this milestone, dedicated to removing ghost cars from our New York roadways. Ghost vehicles are virtually untraceable by traffic cameras and toll readers because of their fake, obstructed, and altered license plates. Since the launch of congestion pricing in January 2025, the role of the task force has expanded to include operations in and around the congestion relief zone. This robust coordination has improved accountability on New York roadways, and I commend our B&T and MTA police officers for their dedication to this work. To date, targeted ghost plate operations have yielded more than 1,300 arrests, 60,000 summonses, and 5,400 vehicles towed, and those identified are responsible for over $60 million owed collectively to all member agencies. As we mentioned at our July meeting, B&T is directing a renewed focus on tinted window enforcement in support of public safety on our crossings. Illegally tinted windows reduce driver visibility, pose risks to law enforcement during traffic stops, and allow concealment of vehicle occupants and contents. Our officers have been equipped with new tint meters, which measure compliance with New York State vehicle and traffic law. To date, 84% of our law enforcement personnel have been trained in the use of these new meters. And in 2025, we are on pace to achieve a 21% increase in summonses issued compared to 2023. Turning to additional important safety initiatives, B&T announced earlier this month 2 legislatively authorized safety programs, Weigh in Motion and Work Zone Speed Enforcement. Weigh in Motion, or WIM, uses roadway sensors and cameras to identify overweight trucks and issue violation notices to the vehicle owners. The fines are meant to deter operators who exceed established weight limits from crossing our bridges. These overweight trucks cause millions in damage to our structures each year. B&T was authorized to implement WIM as a pilot program on the RFK Bridge. The Work Zone Speed Enforcement Program was signed into law by Governor Hochul in 2021 and was expanded to include B&T facilities earlier this year. The program is designed to improve safety in roadway work zones through speed camera enforcement. Motorists who speed in work zones will be subject to fines. The cameras used are only operational when crews are actively working. The public hearings on these programs will be held here at 130 Livingston Street in Brooklyn, October 6th and 7th. The programs are also subject to board approval following those hearings prior to implementation. Further details on the hearings can be found on mta.info. Finally, the Stephen Siller Tunnel to Towers event took place at the Hugh L. Carey Tunnel yesterday. 30,000 plus runners, walkers, and catastrophically wounded service members participated in the event. The safety and security of all is a testament to the team effort of employees assigned to the HLC, supplemented by many more from security, operations, maintenance, environmental health and safety, tolling management, MTA PD, NYPD, the New York State Police, FDNY, and the National Guard. I commend all who were involved in the substantial planning and preparation and those on site. I'll now turn it over to Senior Vice President for Facility Management, Marlene Thompson, who will provide an update on our southern facilities.
Thank you, Kathy, and good morning, everyone. We at MTA Bridges and Tunnels Facility Management are responsible for the various activities that keep our crossings safe and our customers moving. Working closely with our colleagues across B&T departments, as well as MTA Construction and Development, we collectively provide secure and efficient passage for our customers, maintain a safe working environment for our employees, and contribute to revenue collection and recovery efforts. Bridge and tunnel officers and maintenance personnel are essential to these efforts, performing day-to-day activities, monitoring ever-changing conditions, and patrolling and responding to incidents. This month, we would like to give an overview of what we call Bridges South, which includes Verrazano Narrows, Marine Parkway Gil Hodges Memorial, and Cross Bay Veterans Memorial Bridges. The Verrazano Narrows Bridge, one of our major facilities, which connects Staten Island and Brooklyn, opened to drivers on November 21st, 1964. A second lower level was constructed and opened on June 28, 1969. At the time, the V&B, as we call it, was the longest suspension bridge in the world. Today, it's the longest suspension bridge in North America. The span stretches 6,690 feet from anchorage to anchorage. The bridge facilitated swift development in Staten Island, providing greater access between the two boroughs, and has proved to be a critical link in the interstate highway system. Today, the V&B averages more than 220,000 vehicle crossings daily. To the east is the Marine Parkway Gil Hodges Memorial Bridge, which opened on July 3, 1937, providing direct access to the Rockaway Peninsula from Brooklyn. Traffic at this facility increases approximately 50% in the summer months as bridge customers visit Rockaway beaches and parklands. The bridge also serves as a vertical lift span, enabling safe passage for marine vessels through the channel. Lifting the bridge requires coordination between facility management, vessel captains, the U.S. Coast Guard, and importantly, requires the temporary halting of vehicular traffic over the bridge. On average, the Marine Parkway Bridge is lifted about 50 times annually. Average daily vehicular traffic is nearly 22,000 crossings. Further east is the Cross Bay Veterans Memorial Bridge. The current high-level fixed span opened on May 28, 1970. Previous bridges in this location included a drawbridge that proved insufficient to handle the volume of marine vessel crossings. The bridge has 3 lanes in each direction and has more than 21,000 daily crossing. Like its sister bridge, the Marine Parkway, the Cross Bay also sees an increase in traffic volume during the summer months. At the Verrazano Bridge, our customers may notice critical cleaning and painting work overhead. In close partnership with MTA C&D, we're committed to keeping our facilities in a state of good repair, all while accommodating a peregrine falcon nest above the VN's Brooklyn Tower. This project involves painting the towers, suspender ropes, and cable bands, as well as the lighting and electrical improvements. We expect this project to be substantially complete by the third quarter of 2026. Last month, C&D awarded a contract to reconstruct the bridge's Brooklyn approach ramps. This project includes the relocation of the eastbound upper and lower level Bell Parkway ramps from a non-standard left exit configuration to a right side exit, widening of the ramp shoulders, and general roadway rehabilitation. We anticipate this project will improve safety, traffic flow, and incident response. Much smaller in scale but impactful nonetheless, roadway striping was refreshed and roadway lighting was replaced with LED lighting to improve visibility and lane guidance at the V&B. The Belt Parkway widening, another notable capital project completed in December of 2024, improved traffic conditions for motorists traveling the eastbound Belt Parkway. This off-property project improved traffic conditions on the eastbound V&B and reduced collisions by 30%. Last year, a capital project involving the replacement of Marine Parkway Bridge's tower elevator systems and other mechanical upgrade was completed just before the start of the summer season around Memorial Day. The project improved operations, minimized elevator maintenance needs, and enhanced safety for our maintenance personnel and contractors. Striping was also refreshed at the Marine Parkway Bridge. Our maintenance crews take pride in enhancing customer experience, as evidenced by recent beautification efforts at the northern approach. As you see here, they restored an original hand-painted sign welcoming customers to our facility. At the Cross Bay Bridge, the south approach pedestrian ramp was replaced with an ADA-compliant ramp, allowing for a shared use path across the bridge. Prior to this improvement, cyclists were required to dismount and walk their bicycles until they reached the main span. Cross Bay Bridge customers also benefit from refreshed roadway striping and recent landscaping improvements. The differences between the majestic Verrazano Narrows and our smaller scale Rockaway bridges may seem stark, but we at MTA Bridges and Tunnels consider our mission the same for each crossing: to keep our customers and employees safe and to provide a smooth and efficient travel for all who use them. I thank the people in the various departments within MTA B&T and our C&D business partners who contribute to this mission. Thank you, and this concludes my presentation.
Thank you, Marlene. I appreciate the work you and your team do every day.
Thank you.
Are there any questions? Commissioner Valdivia.
Hi, thank you, Marlene. Whoa. Yes, appreciate all of this review. It's really helpful as a Brooklyn resident. I rely on a lot of these bridges, so thank you so much to you and your team. I'm interested in the pedestrian bike pathway. Do you all keep figures on how many kind of cyclists or pedestrians use that area or those crossings? And if we do keep that, can we also add it to the metrics that you're all looking at? Because that is also a very effective transport. And I just want to make sure that that's also, that kind of investment, we see that return on investment through how many people are using it.
Presently, we do not keep track of the cyclists on the shared use path, but that's something that we could probably consider for the future.
Commissioner Gluckman.
Yeah, I want to go back to two things you said. This initiative about the tinted windows. What happens when someone is stopped and found to be in violation?
I'm going to turn that over to Chief Chavez.
Thank you for the question, Commissioner. So, according to New York State VTL, Vehicle and Traffic Law, there are restrictions on the level of transparency for light for safety reasons.
Sure.
So, if the person is found beyond that legal limit, based on the meter reading, they will be issued a summons. And the summons is issued, and they have to take that corrective measure.
Okay. Then the limits, the weight limits, are they published? Are they on signs that say a certain number of tons are allowed for the trucks?
Romulo, can you answer that one?
The federal requirement of the overweight trucks, they cannot exceed 80,000 pounds. That's
But
the
how do they know about it? How does the truck driver know about it?
That's the federal law, but we will be posting signage in advance of the weigh in motion system that we're currently installing at the RFK Bridge. There will be signage associated with that
Terrific.
program.
All right, thank you.
And I would add that certain bridges have other weight restrictions depending on their structural capacity. So those would actually be posted, but typically that's not posted. It's just the federal requirement. Okay.
Kathy,
Oh, sorry, Commissioner O'Donnell.
thank you. So it's the responsibility of the truck driver to understand what the laws are. If they're driving a truck with X amount of weight, that's their responsibility. It's our responsibility to put signs up, but we can't have signs all over the place. They're responsible in their own right. That's not what I want to ask, though. So, you mentioned on the eastbound lane that accidents were reduced by 30%. Can you share with me or any other board member that wants it, where you got that data from and what the data is? Thank you.
Sure, we can. No
Thank
problem.
you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. And just to go back to the overweight trucks, I mean, we're talking about 6% of our trucks traffic, which is about 500,000 trucks a year. So this is a significant problem. And I think we've estimated it'd be about $30 million a year in damage to our facilities. That's a big number. Commissioner Albert.
If a truck driver gets multiple weight restriction violations, do they build up to something else? Like you lose your registration, or that truck is forbidden from ever appearing again on the facility, or anything like that?
So currently in the legislation, it allows us to go up to $1,200 for enforcement. We have not actually set what those rates are going to be yet. We're looking at different sections of VTL and also what New York City is doing on the BQE as a couple of examples of how we're going to enforce this. Sure.
Now, just beyond the fine, is there any way we could ever put in, if there is immediately recognizable substantiated damage, can we issue insurance claims for recovery?
Romulo, is that in the legislation?
Legislation, but if there's any structural damage to specifically from, we will pursue that as a claim.
I would hope so, because I know if someone drove over my lawn and into my house, I know I'd be able to recover that through insurance, so I think that would be only appropriate that we should. Any other questions?
Okay. Now I'd like to recognize 4 MTA Police Department officers who rose to the occasion at the most opportune time. On Monday, September 22nd, at approximately 4 p.m., during the afternoon rush, MTA PD Sergeant Joseph Casal and police officer Samuel Vera were flagged down by a man frantically waving on the southbound Hutchinson River Parkway shoulder near the approach to the Bronx Whitestone Bridge. The man stated his wife was in labor. The officers immediately assisted, and additional MTA police vehicles soon arrived. MTA PD highway officers Eric Lee and Brian Gilligan responded, grabbing supplies and providing support as the mother gave birth to a baby girl. FDNY EMS arrived on the scene, and with the assistance of the officers, the newly expanded family was safely transported to the hospital. If all 4 of you would please join me, along with our leadership from both MTA Police and TBTA, we'd like to do a presentation of the B&T President's Award for Exemplary Service. Job well done.
Sam. Good job, Brian.
you guys hold one more for this side? One more? Slip over here.
You're almost there. Push, push.
Thank you so much. Oh, one more. I like that. I'm going to use that next month. Nice. Okay, so finally, there are no procurements this month, and this concludes B&T's report.
Unless there are any further comments or questions or celebratory photos, I'll take a motion to adjourn from Commissioner Valdivia. Meeting adjourned. Yeah, nice.